Welcome to the Coins Information HD, another episode of Coin Chronicles, the place where history meets value. Today, we're diving into a coin that might just be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change, a coin that, under the right circumstances, can be worth thousands of dollars. This is the 1966 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. Don't be fooled by its common appearance. Behind the surface lies a story rich in American history, numismatic complexity, and rarity that has caught the attention of collectors for decades. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the value, history, and hidden treasures behind this fascinating 5-cent piece. The year was 1966. The United States was emerging from a period of intense economic pressure. Just 1 year earlier, the U.S. Mint had made the bold decision to remove silver from circulating coins. The public, fearing the disappearance of precious metal coinage, began hoarding coins in record numbers. In response, the mint faced a crisis. Coins were disappearing from circulation faster than they could be replaced. To solve this problem, the U.S. Mint implemented what would become a defining policy for mid-1960s coinage: the removal of all mint marks from circulating coins. This policy, which began in 1965 and continued through 1967, was intended to discourage collectors from hoarding coins based solely on where they were struck. As a result, all Jefferson nickels minted in 1966, whether they were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, bear no mint mark. This makes them part of a unique era in U.S. coinage when the origin of a coin was deliberately obscured to preserve the integrity of the economy, but while the mint mark was removed, the coin's importance was not. In fact, 1966 introduced a subtle but lasting change to the Jefferson nickel that would mark a turning point in its design. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design was created by artist Felix Schlag, who portrayed President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Jefferson's iconic Monticello estate on the reverse. For nearly 3 decades, Schlag's design remained unchanged, except for one thing. From 1938 through 1965, Schlag's initials did not appear on the coin. It wasn't until 1966 that his initials, FS, were finally added to the coin's obverse, just to the right of Jefferson's portrait. This seemingly small change was actually a major moment in U.S. coin design, signifying long overdue recognition of the artist behind one of America's most circulated coins. In 1966, over 156 million Jefferson nickels were minted. On paper, that's a very high number. Most would assume that such a large mintage would make this coin extremely common, even today. But the truth is more nuanced. While there are millions of these coins still floating around in circulation, most are heavily worn. The coin was used daily in commerce, tossed in pockets, exchanged in vending machines, and handled carelessly. As a result, the vast majority of surviving 1966 nickels are in lower grades, showing signs of wear, scratches, and weak strikes. High-grade examples, especially those with sharp details and full strike definition, are much harder to come by. And that's where the value of this coin begins to emerge. In numismatics, condition is everything. A coin's grade, ranging from poor, P1, to mint state, MS 70, can mean the difference between pocket change and a prized collectible. But with the Jefferson nickel series, there's one grading nuance that collectors are obsessed with: full steps. This term refers to the steps at the base of Monticello on the reverse side of the coin. A coin that shows 5 or 6 clearly defined, uninterrupted steps is said to qualify as a full step specimen. Why does this matter? Because many Jefferson nickels, especially those from the mid-1960s, were struck with weak or worn dies. That means the fine details on Monticello often didn't transfer well to the coin, especially the steps. A coin with full steps is a sign of both a strong strike and minimal post-mint damage. It's rare. It's desirable. And it commands a premium. In the case of the 1966 no mint mark nickel, full steps examples are incredibly rare. Coins that receive this designation from professional grading services can be worth hundreds, thousands, and in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the overall condition. As of 2025, the 1966 Jefferson nickel in circulated condition typically holds minimal value, often just 5 to 10 cents. These are coins that have been handled extensively, show significant wear, and lack collector interest. Uncirculated examples in lower mint state grades, such as MS-60 to MS-63, might bring anywhere from $1 to $5. These are coins with better luster and minimal wear, but not necessarily exceptional in any way. Once you get to MS-64 and MS-65, the value increases slightly, with coins selling for $5 to $15, depending on appearance. At MS-66, the value can reach $25 to $50, depending on the coin's eye appeal and strike quality. MS-67 coins are rare and desirable. These coins exhibit sharp detail, bright luster, and minimal marks. Prices here can jump to $150, $300, or even more, particularly if the coin is certified by a major grading service. MS-64 full steps 1966 nickel can bring $1,000 to $1,500 or more. MS-65 full step specimens often sell for $5,000 to $8,000. And the few known MS-66 full steps examples have commanded prices near $40,000 in auctions. These are not hypotheticals, they reflect what collectors are willing to pay in 2025 to obtain these ultra-rare examples. The rarity of the full steps designation combined with top condition makes this coin a true hidden gem in the Jefferson series. In addition to regular business strikes, the mint also produced special mint sets, or SMS coins, in 1966. These were not proofs, but they were made with greater care than typical circulation coins. SMS nickels have a satin-like finish, often with sharper detail than their business strike counterparts. While not as valuable as full-step specimens, high-grade SMS coins can still be collectible, especially those that exhibit cameo or deep cameo contrast. SMS examples in high grades may range from $10 to $100 or more, depending on appearance. Additionally, the 1966 nickel is known to exist with some interesting error varieties. These include double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Errors add a layer of intrigue to collecting and can increase a coin's value substantially, sometimes into the hundreds or thousands, depending on the severity and visibility of the error. If you believe you have a valuable 1966 Jefferson nickel, especially one with full steps or high mint state condition, the best course of action is to have it graded by a reputable third-party grading company. Certification not only provides legitimacy, but it also makes the coin far more marketable. Major grading companies use precise standards to assign numerical grades and determine whether full steps are present. They also detect cleaning, damage, or alterations that might otherwise go unnoticed. If your coin grades high, especially MS-65 or better with full steps, you could be holding a substantial asset in your hands. It's not just about age or appearance. It's about a unique moment in U.S. history, where coinage was altered to preserve circulation. It's about a change in artistic recognition with the inclusion of Felix Schlag's initials. It's about rarity, not in the total number of coins produced, but in the scarcity of those that survived in pristine, sharply struck condition. This coin teaches us a powerful numismatic lesson: not all value is immediately visible. Sometimes, a common coin becomes extraordinary not by what it is, but by how rare its perfect form truly is. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the 1966 Jefferson nickel offers a remarkable opportunity to explore the intersection of art, economics, and hidden value. And who knows, maybe your next valuable find is sitting quietly in your change jar right now. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1966 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of Coin Chronicles. Leave a comment below. Do you have a 1966 nickel in your collection? Have you ever seen one with full steps? Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and remember, every coin has a story, and every story has value.